Big upgrades are in the works at the Panhandle's biggest airport. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Western Nebraska Regional Airport board members were updated this week on a number of improvement projects currently underway at the airport. One of the larger among them is the repaving of the airport's crosswind runway 523. Airport Director Raul Aguayo told KNB News the asphalt has been milled down to the original concrete from the Army Airfield Base. He says they are currently going through and replacing around 25 damaged concrete stones underneath. Once that work is completed, Aguayo says they will start the paving process.
They're anticipating about, between the two sides, about 18, 19 days to pave the entire runway. Then they'll put some temporary paint on it, and then we'll be able to open at least the taxiway Bravo portion of it until they can get here to groove it, which takes about 30 days. There's a curing process for the asphalt for some of the volatiles to evaporate out so that it dries up enough and gets hard enough that the mills that are going to put the grooves in it don't damage the surface.
Ground prep work is also quickly wrapping up ahead of construction of the airport's new fire station, with all the building materials having arrived after numerous shipping delays. Well, safe operating protocols at Western Nebraska Community College's 3 campuses were among the items discussed during this week's Board of Governors meeting. Officials say the same requirements as last spring will be in place, meaning masks are required in confined spaces such as classrooms, Kruger Palace, and the Judy Chalupka Theater, but not in common spaces, hallways, or workspaces. Lynn Koski told the board they are working on other efforts to help keep restrictions to a minimum.
We've scheduled some vaccination clinics for students and employees. Josh has been working with PPHD on some of those things. And then, of course, we're monitoring the state, Nebraska, as well as our Panhandle region in cases. And we may need to adjust accordingly.
Koski noted at this moment, there's no way of knowing exact percentages of students, staff, and faculty that have been vaccinated, but based on information from local public health officials, that rate is believed to be around 17% for the traditional student population. Well, coming back for the break, we had some much-needed rain this morning in Scottsbluff. Any more precip in the forecast? Bill Boyer's got your weekend weather outlook right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, it's going to be quieter across the area tonight, certainly than it was last night. Kind of chilly. Temps falling down into the upper 40s to low 50s overnight. Clear skies out there. Very comfortable weather conditions. Well, tranquil weather is coming our way. It's going to be breezy this weekend, though, with temps warming up and very little, if any, chances of rain coming most of the next 7 days. 82 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 62. Officially, just 1/100th in the rain gauge. That was through midnight. We've added another 5 or 6 hundredths here since then. We're still going to be well below normal. Precip, though, varied across the region. Had some areas picking up 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain yesterday, and other areas very little, if any. Well, that has not helped the drought conditions completely out there. We have, as you could see, drought conditions here that are in the severe category starting to take hold in some areas, and also in the exceptional drought categories or extreme drought categories off to our northwest. We've expanded the moderate drought conditions to most of the panhandle now, and abnormally dry elsewhere. And again, that is severe drought conditions for portions of Sioux, Box Butte, Morrill, Scotts Bluff counties there, and into also portions of Platte, Goshen, and Niobrara counties. We need the moisture. We got a lot of moisture in some areas. Not everybody got it equally distributed, though, yesterday. There's that cold front. You could still see it racing east across Nebraska, where we've got 80s and 90s there. Here in our area, mostly 70s, 65 right now in Lusk. Winds are gusty, too, still 15, 20, 25 miles an hour, and those winds are going to stay around all weekend. Severe weather threat well to our east and eastern portions of Nebraska for tonight, and then for tomorrow, as we look across the area, you're going to see dry conditions. Then as we get into Sunday, again, another system comes through, bringing a slight to marginal chance of severe weather in central and eastern portions of Nebraska, again, as the rich seems to get richer on that side of the state. Clearing out overnight tonight, that is going to allow temps to drop. It is going to be quiet and cool here across the area. How cool? Well, look at these lows. Down into the mid-40s, upper 40s for most everybody. A few low 50s out there. Lusk down to 43 tonight. Now for tomorrow, we're going to start the day with quite a bit of sun. We're going to end the day with quite a bit of sun as well. A few high-level clouds will filter in late in the afternoon. An isolated shower or thunderstorm can't be ruled out along that passing cold front. That is about it, and it is going to be very pleasant tomorrow, but breezy. High 70s and 80s for most everybody. Pretty comfortable weather conditions out there. Precip's going to be very limited from any of those showers and thunderstorms, and very isolated. Clear, cool, 49 tonight. Winds still 10 to 20, going to make it feel even cooler out there. 83, it's going to be breezy but comfortable. Winds out of the southeast tomorrow, 15 to 25. Will stay breezy on into Sunday. Hot conditions return, though, as temps get back into the 90s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Stay around that 90 to low 90s on Wednesday and Thursday, and still near 90 again on Friday. So most of next week looking dry, and temps back in the upper 80s and low 90s.
It's that ducky time of year again. The 24th Annual United Way of Western Nebraska Rubber Duck Draw is Saturday, September 18th at the 18th Street Plaza in downtown Scotts Bluff. Grand prize is a 2021 Toyota RAV4 from Team Auto Center. Second place, a 2021 Honda Pioneer 520 side-by-side from Sandberg Honda, plus 38 other exciting prizes. Adopt your duck today for just $10 at Team Auto Center, First State Bank, Main Street Market, the United Way office, or online this year at uwwn.org/duck.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated, and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Welcome back. Governor Pete Ricketts is slamming the Biden administration's plan to mandate COVID vaccinations for nursing home staff nationwide. In a statement released by his office, Ricketts said nursing homes have already had numerous opportunities to offer the vaccine to residents and staff, and the heavy hand of government should not force vaccinations. The governor said while his administration encourages everyone to get the vaccine, Nebraska already has a shortage of healthcare workers impacting the elderly. He said the president's mandate would push people out of the industry and only make it more difficult to take care of our most vulnerable residents. Well, Nebraska officials are dealing with a COVID-19 outbreak at a state correctional facility as virus cases surge statewide. After 33 inmates tested positive for COVID-19 at the Diagnostic and Evaluation Center in Lincoln, officials paused all visits and volunteer activities. They also asked county jails to delay sending new inmates if they can. Department of Correctional Service Director Scott Frake said the increase in cases in the prison system follows an increase in the community. On Wednesday, the state reported more than 2,600 new virus cases in just the past week. The current case numbers are more than 10 times higher than what the state reported in late June. And labor shortages that have plagued businesses across the country have also put the squeeze on Nebraska state parks, which has led officials to make the unprecedented move to cut hours and services at parks across the state. State Parks Administrator Jim Swenson says parks were already short-staffed this summer, operating with only an estimated 70% of their normal workforce. Now, with many seasonal workers headed back to school, parks are more short-staffed than ever. The Nebraska Game and Parks Commission has released a list of hour and service reductions at many of its properties, including Mahoney, Ponca, and Niobrara State Parks, as well as Lake McConaughey. Well, still to come, your Friday in the Field, weekend community calendar, and your Friday 5. KNEB.TV News will be back with all of that in just 90 seconds. Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Fox Butte General Hospital's mission is to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. This is important to us so our community knows the importance that we place on the efforts to keep our community and our surrounding areas well. We appreciate being here. The staff that we have at Fox Butte General Hospital is grateful to serve the community of Alliance, Nebraska.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
We're back for the latest episode of Fridays in the Field, which is brought to you by FNBO, the great big small bank. We've made our way back to East Central Nebraska at Pekarik's Produce, and today we're mixing it up a little bit. We're joined by Katie Pekarik to learn about the other side of this operation. So Katie, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about your role on this operation. So let's start there. Tell me a little bit about the things that you do here.
All right, so I spend just a little bit of time in the field, and most of the time I spend behind a computer, either working on our website, getting our online shop available, working on marketing, getting through our weekly vegetable subscription, and making sure we get product out to all of the many places that we go every week.
So you guys have obviously offered a lot of services in the past, but in the last year, you've definitely ramped that up. Tell me about that.
Right, so last year when we had all of our markets closed down and a lot of our restaurants that we sell to not buying produce, we had to figure out a way to get produce to people. And since we had a lot of people nervous about that face-to-face interaction, we actually started our online store last year, which has been a really great blessing for us. So you can actually go online to pecarixproduce.com/shop, and you can see what's available, how many and what quantity. You can order bulk, so if you wanted to do canning, pickling, or freezing, you can order like that, or you can just order, a single eggplant, and then you can either pick it up on the farm on Friday or Saturday, or you can pick it up in Lincoln at the Hub Cafe on Wednesdays.
So one thing I think is interesting is you guys tailor to a lot of rural people in this area, but you're also going into those urban markets into Lincoln. Tell me about the challenges of managing two kind of different target audiences.
Well, what's really fun is that it's actually very similar types of people that are interested in buying produce with us. They're looking for locally driven produce. They're looking for that really high quality. It really just is a notch above what you can get at the grocery store. And so it's really the same kind of people. We're all looking for good quality produce. We want to feed our families good things, and we want to keep each other healthy. So I find that it's really kind of a unifying thing for everybody.
So you guys can buy your produce online. You can go to different markets and get it. You can see it in stores, but you mentioned you can also get it here. And one thing that's just around the corner is pumpkins. Tell me a little bit more about this.
Okay, so I'm super excited about pumpkins, and that's why we're here with my pumpkin field. Coming here in the first week of September, we're gonna have pumpkins available, and they'll run through October 31st that you can get your pumpkins. But we've got, 20 different varieties of pumpkins, different colors, warties, pink, white, green. It's just all over the board, and they're a lot of fun. We'll also have some other things to go with them, things like corn stalks and other pretty things, but it's just a lot of fun to move into that season. And you and I were talking about pie pumpkins, which is really fun for me too, because we get to that time of year and it's a lot of new people that learn how to work with pie pumpkins. And so a lot of people buy one for their one pie, but in our house we actually take, dozens in at a time, and we bake them up and we just puree that and save it for whenever I'm ready for it.
So it's easy to think that this time of year production kind of slows down a little bit. So pumpkins are available, but that's not the only thing you guys have, right?
Right. Actually, this time of the year is probably our busiest production time of year. We're standing in the pumpkins. Next to us is the watermelon. We've got cantaloupe, sweet corn, green beans, and all of these major summer crops are going to be going on until probably the end of September for most of them. But we're also starting to pick up into those fall crops. So like spring things come around again. So pretty soon we're going to come back into things like kohlrabi and turnips and spinach and lettuce and all of those things that are spring and fall crops. So this is really the highlight of the year. This late August into September, you could get anything you ever wanted here.
All right, very good. Well, Katie, as we round out this conversation, what else is important to mention that we haven't talked about?
One thing we didn't talk about is Nebraska Passport. We are, for the first time ever, a Nebraska Passport stop. So we're having a huge amount of fun with that. We get people stopping by and visiting us for the first time. You kind of get to see what's going on in a working farm. Our retail space is new to us because this is a new thing for us. So you really get that retail mixed with tractors and produce, and it's all put together. So it's a different kind of experience for folks. So, we really want to have people out. We love having people on the farm, and we're just really excited to move from some of this hot weather into the fall.
That again is Katie Picard joining us at Pecarix Produce. Don't forget, you can come out here even though school is busy and back in session. They are still here, so you can come get your produce. That is this week's edition of Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
New looks and new decor can be found at Compliments for You and Your Home. Check out the newest styles from Tribal, Charlie B, Ethel, and more. Compliments also has the shoes, purses, and jewelry for any occasion. Plus, right now, get 20% off all clearance apparel. While here, take a look at our solar lights and felt birdhouses. Finally, visit our newest addition, Katie Chandler and her salon. All this at Compliments for You and Your Home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scotts Bluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scotts Bluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
The 4th Annual Monument Muscle Car Expo, presented by Munoz Construction, will be August 21st from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. at the Outlet Truck Shop, featuring muscle cars, lowriders, classics, off-road vehicles, motorcycles, and more. Call or text 308-225-0685 for more information. Sponsored by Extreme Dents, Munoz Construction, Allstate Insurance, BNC Steel, All-Star Customs, Rural Radio, Paul Reed Construction, and DJ Jammin' J Smooth.
At Platte Valley Bank, we realize the way people want to bank in the future may be different than it has been. As comfort levels and desires vary by person, banking may be different for some, yet not for others. We offer the best of both worlds, a traditional banking experience with our friendly tellers and an online or mobile banking option with features that you can personalize and utilize anytime, anywhere you go. So you can bank how you want, when you want, and from where you want to. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, before we break for the weekend, it's time once again for your Friday Five.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Are you a Midwesterner?
Or maybe you want to become one?
Well, we have you covered in this week's edition of Friday 5, where we bring you our Midwestern Starter Pack.
At number 5, a Midwestern salad is not complete without some dressing.
That's right, Dorothy Lynch was originally made in St. Paul, Nebraska.
Today, every bottle of Dorothy Lynch is produced with love in a modern 64,000 square foot plant in Duncan, Nebraska, population 351. It's shipped to customers and grocery retailers across the state.
At number 4, we wouldn't be true Midwesterners if we didn't talk about sweet corn.
Sweet corn season is in full swing right now, and actually a lot of people are putting it up to eat later.
Sweet corn comes in a variety of colors, most frequently white, yellow, or bicolor.
Midwest Starter Pack item number 3, football. It may be a sore subject these days, but rain or shine, we show the best support for our Huskers.
And contrary to popular belief, the good old pigskin is not actually pigskin at all.
That's right, footballs are actually made from cow leather.
Go long.
You're awful at throwing footballs!
Midwestern item number 2, puppy chow.
Nope, it's not dog food, it's a Midwestern delicacy.
Oh! It's made by coating Chex cereal in a mix of chocolate, peanut butter, vanilla, butter, and powdered sugar.
And just remember, when you start eating it, you literally won't be able to stop.
And bonus points if you get it from Casey's, because it doesn't get much more Midwestern than that.
And finally, for your Midwestern Starter Pack, we're a little landlocked here in the Midwest, so we have to be creative with our recreational activities.
That's why many of us turn to lakes and rivers for our fun in the sun.
And that's pretty handy considering Nebraska has more miles of rivers than any other state.
Well, I suppose that's been another edition of Friday 5, which is brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
What?
Ready?
I don't know anything about football.
Oh, go on! Touchdown! Good throw! Yeah!
I'm getting back at
Bad
it.
throw.
Oh, back at it again!
Dorothy Lynch.
You know what would be cool? Is if Scott Frost had a headset that was literally an ear of corn. So
That
then
would
when he
be
got
beautiful.
hungry, he could just gnaw on it.
On it.
I've got sweet corn in my teeth. So good. Some good sweet corn.
It's our boss.
Oh, found it.
Just gonna sneak past you and grab the ranch.
Or the Dorothy Lynch. Are you a Midwesterner?
Oh. Are you a Midwesterner?
Are you a Midwesterner?
Maybe just ask me the question.
3, 2. Are you a Midwesterner?
Yeah. That's stupid. Never mind. Don't do that.
No trans fat, no cholesterol, gluten-free, and no MSG. I do that?
I'm just really hungry.
Later, let's just chaw down on these. Oh.
Ah. So good.
I'm gonna drink more. We're animals. Well, I suppose.
Well, thanks, guys. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.